Hey, here's Jackie Bros on here.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap, your friend. We're friends. I'd say we were friends, but
If they listen to it at all, they got it. I don't know why enemies would listen to it. That don't make any sense.
well, we're friends definitely. I don't know how close we are.
I don't know anybody personally. Some people are nice enough to get on the, Facebooks
Yep.
and YouTube's, iTunes,
What's the other
touches,
one?
all
Yep.
that stuff. And they say nice things and send pictures, whatnot. I'm going to be painting some of them here pretty soon for Custarders. So, I like to know, or at least have some familiarity with, the person I'm painting a picture of, yeah.
I like to keep a wall between me and the public.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get too close. I like to keep my mystique.
This is about as close as anybody wants to get to you if they listen to this, I'm telling you. Nobody interested in meeting you, shaking your hand, anything like that. Oh, when I talk to people on the computer, they like that too. But like if it's on the computer, they're listening or looking, that's it.
Folks, welcome to the Red State Update Podcast. I'm Dunlap. This is my sidekick, Jackie Bros.
Ain't nobody's sidekick. It's two of us sitting here.
We're coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the geographic center of Tennessee. I'd say the beating heart of the volunteer state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes outside of Nashville. If you are in the area, drop by. We'd all be glad to see you. Come by Jackie's Market, where he sells
Come in, yeah, and get some good barbecue.
Dusty Zero
Cold beer.
bars.
They're not dusty, and if they are, you wipe it off.
You know, I went in there the other day. I was starving, but I need my omega-3s.
You mean you there every damn day, other day?
And I said, I wonder where Jackie keeps them little tuna fish packets. It's got a thing of tuna fish in it and a big plastic bubble, and then a little wooden paddle that you stir up, and you got a little pack of mayonnaise, you got a little pack of relish, and like 4 crackers. I said, that sounds pretty good to me. I need to get my fish oils. So I said, I wonder where Jackie keeps that. And he ain't got nothing like that. That's 10-year-old technology. Nothing like that.
Everything you describing don't make any sense to me. None of that.
How you make tuna fish salad?
What do you mean? Like I always did. I don't need no little bubble or pack, whatever the hell it is you're describing. You just open the can of tuna fish, put mayonnaise in it.
Yeah, if you got all day. I'm on the go. I'm a business person.
Oh, hell.
I ain't got time to open up a gigantic can of tuna fish.
Go to the store where you can get what you want to get and quit coming over. That's fine.
I guess that should be your motto. Go to the store where you can get what you want to get. Otherwise, come here.
Yeah.
He mainly sells barbecue.
Well,
In Jackie's defense, he mainly sells barbecue.
You hanging out my face.
Folks, we're also doing video podcasts. I just want to say, if you are only listening to this, which is great, you are the people that kept us going. The podcast people are the reason that we are still doing this at all.
Yeah.
It's your fault. But we have also started filming these, and we're putting them up on YouTube. So when Jackie said, get your hand out of my face, you can go to YouTube and actually see my chubby middle finger.
Nobody wants to see it, and I don't want to see it again right now.
Touch his paper-thin
from it.
old man cheek.
Oh, hell.
That is going to be on YouTube, available for you in a day or two.
Don't be so confident on it. This camera
might mess up.
Wires, everything else mess up all the damn time. Don't know how to spend all this money on all this stuff, and we appreciate it. I want to thank you all
thanks
for
again,
that.
everybody,
First off,
for
I don't mean
Kickstarter.
it got nothing to do with you, but they get all this stuff and don't know how to work none of it.
Yeah, it messes up on us a lot. We don't know how to use it. Let's
No.
be honest. So there is a chance.
I'm too old to sit down and learn to use it and read the little books and all that. I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, and I don't care enough.
Yeah.
So between the two of us, y'all are screwed. So we're trying as hard as we want to do this for y'all.
With your money.
With your money,
Yeah.
we're trying reasonably hard. And we have We put up a video podcast last week, a video version of the podcast, just us filmed. It looked okay. Thanks for everybody for looking at it.
Yeah.
We're trying it again this week. But if you're listening to this and you get on YouTube and there ain't nothing there, that's why.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Didn't work out, yeah. If that goes for everything. If you don't see any more video, nothing.
Whatever happened to them? We get that question a lot, even now that we've been doing this.
That ain't going to happen, though, because we got to do it, because you give us money. I ain't no swindle nobody. I never have in my life. Don't plan on starting now at this age. So,
Can you hear that?
Done. I can, yeah.
We got a new table, too.
Old table is falling apart. Legs wouldn't stand up. I've had that table for years.
Shit, this table, man.
If I'd have got some tape out and taped it up, we could have used it for another good 6 months to a year. But, you had to have a...
I said, we going to dump this laptop on the floor here that cost us however many millions of dollars, and then this damn thing all the white, it's all going to go on the floor, and I'm going to get mad. And when it goes on the floor, I'm telling you in advance, I'm going to kick it. I'm going to kick it into the goddamn wall.
Hey, watch your mouth. I'm not going to listen to that.
Furious. So let's just avoid that happening. And we went and we got a new table.
Went down to Lowe's and got this table.
Now, it's
here.
Lowe's, the one that I think I got.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I got some of my beard went in my mouth. Hold on.
If you knew how to take care of your beard, comb it, trim it just right, that wouldn't happen. Sometimes if you're eating, things that's sticky, goopy, cream corn, something like that, you'll get a stray hair in that because it just passes by. That's just like taking flypaper, putting it in your mouth, something goopy, sticky like that. It's going to get a few hairs. So you'll get a few that way.
Did you ever put flypaper in your mouth?
No, I didn't put flypaper in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about cream corn, a thick stew or something, stuff like that. Anything with sauce all over it. You're going to get a few of these hairs. It's bound to happen at some point. But other than that, just sitting there like you are, you shouldn't be breathing in your beard hair.
Now, I'm not sure what that was. Thanks, Jackie. Jackie gives me a lot of beard tips. Now that I got a beard, I turned to
grow one to be just like me. I understand. So,
well, I don't know if that's the reason.
I understand.
Just sort of
looking up to your peers and wanting to,
Well, I'd say you're my elder instead of my peer.
Well,
you're a lot older than me. So we got this pretty good table. Is Lowe's the one that hates Muslims?
We didn't figure that out till we got out of the store. I couldn't remember it.
Because we like to tell stories about where we got our tables. And we thought, well, if we start telling that we got this from Lowe's, are people just going to take that as, they hate Muslims too?
They took that TV show off TV, so I think it's a moot point now, personally. I think, I don't know anybody. There was some show about Muslims on one of them shows, and the Lowe's took a commercial off of it. And to be honest with you, I couldn't remember any of that until we was walking to the car, and then Donald Trump come on the radio, and oh yeah, people hate Muslims. And it reminded me, but that's not why we went to Lowe's. We went there to get this table. And you ought not hate Muslims, first off, right now. I'm tired of people saying
and you ought not buy tables from people who hate Muslims.
Well, that's true, too, but
although we may have done that.
This is a nice table, though.
It's pretty good. It folds in the middle.
And you can carry it like a suitcase. It's just cold, so
you won't take this table today.
I ain't taking it nowhere.
Well, but you could say that if you wanted.
Oh, well, if I want to, yeah. If I want to take it down to somewhere, yeah.
Kind of got a slick surface, and I'm
well, get you, what? You have to go get
a coaster.
Coaster, yeah. I ain't got none of that. I had some old beer coasters, little thin piece of paper ones. Those don't last as long as you would. Because I saved years ago, we used to bring them in all the time with beer promotion, all this, have these little beer, they just not a real coaster, but like a, it worked for when you
like
set
a
it
napkin?
Down. Well, a little bit
somewhere
than
between a napkin and a coaster.
And a real coaster. And you'd put them out, and they'd work fine around here, but I had a box of them I was saving. I said, oh, yeah, but they just disintegrate. There wasn't none of it.
What was in there? Just kind of mush and powder?
It just kind of mush, yeah. You can still see the remnants of some of the, beer name stuff like that, but
What beer was this?
Huh?
Which beer was it?
They ain't paid me $25. I ain't going to say the name of the beer. That's how it works. If you got a beer and your coasters don't work, and you want your name set on here, it's going to cost you $25. That's a sponsor fees. That goes for anybody out there.
Wait a minute. Was that Culpepper drinking bubbles?
I ain't saying.
Culpepper drinking bubbles. They were popular a few years ago. Back in the urban cowboy days, if you were going out to the club to dance to Johnny Lee here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, when you went up to the bar to hit on the divorcees, you'd say, "Hey, give me a Culpepper drinking bubbles and one for the lady."
I used to like a logo with that, so that's the reason. Yeah.
That was all over the napkins.
People used to think it's Mr. Bubble Cleaner, but it ain't. That's two different kind of bubbles, two different faces on it.
One is pink and clean, the other drunk as hell. A drinking bubble.
Got the X's and O's over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like a drunk bubble.
I did too. That was one of my favorites. I like it better, and I don't take this the wrong way because I like Spuds McKenzie plenty, but I liked old.
Drunk Bubble is funnier than Spuds McKenzie.
The dog is funny for a few minutes when you put a shirt or clothes on it.
For a few minutes.
And that's it. That's all it can do. Spuds, he never jumped through anything. He's the laziest damn show dog I ever seen in my life. Good for him.
He's drunk as hell, Jackie.
I know he drank beer.
Yeah, if I'm drunk, I don't jump through it. Sit. Stay. No, fuck you. Give me a beer.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Benji, you walk down break into a house, which is that dog shouldn't do that.
It's illegal, human or animal.
He would come down off of the roof and get on the, just
parkour, Benji.
Well, yeah, he'd get whatever that is, get through the door, get a latch open with his mouth, get in there and get the kids away from kidnappers, whatever it was. Spuds McKenzie, and that's a whole movie, I understand, of Benji, and he does how many things like that in one movie.
But he ain't drunk.
He does 26. Of course he ain't drunk. He's
Benji don't drink. He ain't drunk.
Spuds McKenzie's in a commercial lasts 30 damn seconds and don't do nothing but sit there. Now, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like Spuds McKenzie fine. But
if they made a Spuds McKenzie movie, it would blow any Benji movie out of the damn water.
It would not, because he's just going to sit there. You put a shirt and sunglasses on him, that's fine. And that's like, you can't have a whole movie of that.
Well, no.
It got bored in 30 damn seconds.
That's what I'm saying. They can't show it'd be rated R. It'd show all the real behind the scenes.
I don't want to see
debauchery of what's going on at Spuds McKenzie's house.
I don't want to see any of that. No.
Just huge orgies.
Let me just say this. You right, it's illegal, human or dog, to break in the house. I tell you one thing it's illegal to do, and that's get a dog drunk, because it ain't good for him. You ought not do it.
No, not in real life.
Well, that was years ago.
But in Spuds McKenzie world, it's fine,
well,
obviously.
Plus, back then, people didn't know, but I think Spuds McKenzie is what brought that to attention to the American public. It'd make a dog sick, because before that, dogs drank beer, I think.
You mean back when, how far back are we going?
Well, that's the 80s, isn't it?
That was the 80s, but when are you saying people drank?
Dogs drank beer before Spuds McKenzie, and then Spuds McKenzie came along, and then all the veterinarians came out. Don't give your dog beer. Don't pay no attention to this commercial. The dog don't need beer. Before that, dog seemed to, sip on the beer, have a little drink of beer, and everything was fine. Then Spuds McKenzie comes along, and either the people were abusing the situation by giving the dog too much beer, or the dog somehow saw the commercial and thought that's okay. I don't know. I don't mean to blame it on the owner. Not everything is the owner's fault.
The 80s is sort of the morning after our national bender of the late 60s and 70s.
Good
and we
Lord.
sort of woke up and realized that a lot of the things we were doing were going to kill us in the long run. So, yeah, sure, cocaine, whatever. Casual sex, sure. That was back then. We got Reagan in the White House now. Yes. We don't do drugs. We wear rubbers, and dogs don't drink beer.
I don't want to hear all the.
I think that was that not his. Didn't he say that at the convention? Wasn't that his speech?
There was one, either that or it was one of the addresses he had. Yeah, he went down to the State of the Union. I think that was one of the last things he said on one of the State of the Union. Everybody stood up and cheered. I remember. I never forget, because Tia come down.
Oh, yeah, I remember, too. I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it on TV.
Yeah.
He was good at talking.
He was good at everything, as far as I'm concerned. Ronald Reagan's good at talking, good at movies, good at presidenting. You name it, he was good at it.
What happened in his first marriage?
What?
His first marriage.
That's probably her fault.
Well, that's...
Well, I'm just saying.
I
don't know for a fact. Somebody get on here, and I'm sure anytime there's a situation like that anyway, the other one's going to point the finger.
We can't always side with the man over the woman.
That's I just don't want that to be
when that man
is Ronald Reagan. I'm sorry, ladies, you're going to have to just suck it up, because I ain't going to tell anybody that Ronald Reagan wasn't good at something.
I think you can give us a pass on that one.
Well, I ain't trying to be sexist and that crazy stuff. I'm just saying, like I said, divorce and people break up, everybody pointing a finger at one another. So I'm sure a little bit of both said this or said that. But I'm telling you, it's her fault right now. The only person you need to be concerned with is Nancy. Bless her heart.
Jackie, do you hear that?
Huh?
Jingle bells?
Oh, yeah, Christmas.
Do you smell the pine needles in the air?
Well, it's Christmas time, yeah.
Is that Santa Claus up there in the sky?
Huh? He don't come till Christmas. He don't fly around.
Doing some reconnaissance?
No, he just comes on Christmas.
Well, I'm just trying to set the stage, folks. It's Christmas time. Jingle, jingle, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
We hope you're having a wonderful December. It's the middle of December. It's December. What the hell is it? It's December. Hold on. Folks can see this on the December 13th. If you're watching the video podcast, the video version of this podcast, you could see me probably just look on the computer to see that it was December 13th.
Want to see that?
That's a sort of scintillating videography that you're going to get to take again. Did you ever wonder, well, how did he know, if you were just a listener before, how did he know what the date was? Well, folks, I was looking at the computer, possibly my phone. Maybe we had a calendar in here. The only way you're going to be able to tell for sure is when you get on YouTube and you look up the video podcast. Yeah. I'm not trying to push people. I like the people who listen to it the regular way. The video podcast is something new. We're going to see where this goes. Maybe it turns into something else. Maybe it stays what it is. Nobody can say we're lucky we're still doing this at episode 162, Jackie. That is probably 250 hours.
Good Lord.
Of podcasting, we've been doing this.
I don't know what's worse, us doing it this long and people listening to that.
Wait a minute.
I
think we missed our 3rd anniversary.
What?
Or 4th? How many years have we been doing this?
Hell, I don't know.
We started in November. That was another milestone we missed.
3rd year.
Is this our 3rd year of podcasting?
I don't know. I ain't got no.
We started.
Calendar saying that on it.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to pull out my phone.
Nobody cares at this point.
I think we started in 2011. Is this our 4th year? We missed our 4th anniversary. It was right after Thanksgiving. We started. Yeah. Oh, my phone's blowing up. Getting text. Hold on. Let me text her back.
Wouldn't have one of those. Couldn't pay me to have one of those on me.
Selena getting up on me.
It's like sitting and waiting to eat something at Logan's Steakhouse. Just having that on you, sit and think buzz on you.
Baby, I'm doing a podcast right now. I'm going to have to hit you up later. Let me get back at you after I get done talking on this podcast here.
Quit talking like that. I got to hear it too.
But later we going to...
I don't want to hear you talk to no girl.
I'm texting, Jackie.
I don't care what it is.
If you want to do something dirty later.
Enough. I'm not going to listen to it.
Hit me up. I met this girl on Tinder.
What is it?
Tinder. It's another internet thing.
Well.
Nope. Hold on. Let me get on Tinder real quick. Nope. 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 Nope.
All right.
Nope. Yeah. Okay. Folks, it's Christmas time. What were we talking about?
You are established it's Christmas time. You was trying to say you had. I want to talk about Christmas as a.
Oh right, it's our third or fourth anniversary, and it's Christmas time, and we missed the anniversary. And Jackie wants to talk about.
I'd rather talk about Christmas and us. I want to talk about the world had changed when the good Lord was born, brought into the world on Christmas Day, and you'd sit here and rather talk about our 4th or 3rd, whatever it is, anniversary.
Which is it, 4th or 3rd?
Hell, I don't know. But I know what day Jesus was born.
Well, I hear that's not true.
Well, you can hear whatever you want to hear. I'm sure you hear a lot.
Well, on the computer, the liberals are always saying,
Do I give a damn what liberals are saying in my face, let alone on something I don't even understand? Why would I care what a liberal says anywhere, especially when it's about Jesus?
That's true. I'll give liberals this much credit. If I want to talk about legalizing pot, I listen to them. And you don't want to hear about Ron Paul also, listen to a liberal instead of a libertarian. If you want to talk about, what the 60s were like in a dreamy, oversimplified way, talk to a liberal. But if you want to talk about Jesus, like what Jesus would do in a meaner way. Like if you want to talk about what would Jesus do? Oh, he'd feed the poor and the homeless. Then you talk to a liberal. So let me clarify. You can talk to Jesus about a liberal, but not in a satisfying way.
They just want the good parts, just the parts that they think is good. They just want to he gave them all
Jesus
fish.
might not have been perfect.
You don't know. He was perfect.
He was perfect.
No, he was perfect. But every now and then he'd kick over some tables, raise a fuss over something that he thought was worthwhile.
He'd get in your face.
He wasn't a damn hippie, no matter how long his hair was, because that's the way it was back then. He had nothing to do with that. That's just how everybody had it. But other than that...
Well, couldn't he have changed the fashion if he wanted to?
He did a lot. How much do you want him to do? He died for our sins. That's enough.
It is a lot. That is a lot. I'm just saying.
He was busy worrying about your damn soul. He didn't care about hairstyles. But I lost my point. What the hell was I trying to say? He ain't no hippie. He ain't. That's when they talk about him. That's all they want to say. You put it on the computer. They put it on the telephone, wherever it gets you.
November 21st, 2012. That was our first podcast, folks. It's our 3rd anniversary.
No, it's Christmas. Christmas is what's important. I already said that. Just let's talk about Christmas.
All right, it's our. What
are we gonna say? We've been sitting here talking for 3 damn years. I mean, what?
We always need
to say other than that.
We always need a title. We could just call this the 3rd anniversary podcast.
Well, all right.
Write that down.
Time right down. Yeah.
It's we're either gonna call it 3rd anniversary podcast or something about Benji.
Yeah, Benji's good.
You hear me writing this?
I won't reiterate now. I like Spuds McKenzie. I just think and maybe it's not fair to him to compare him, hold him up to Benji standards, but one dog was a lot more talented than the other. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is if you built a Spuds McKenzie movie and you put in a lot of funny character actors and maybe it's set at a frat party.
On a boat, and it's usually on a boat.
On a boat. Oh, maybe they kicked a fraternity off campus and they have to live in a boat, the party boat, and everybody goes to that boat.
Sounds like something they do, yeah.
And so...
But they got a mean dog on it, and the dogs, see, he's mean at first, and he won't let them on the boat. That's the only place they can go. Yeah. And he's real mean. They bark, growl, everything else, and they try to get on there, maybe he bites a couple of them on the rear end, and they finally... say, look, we're not all that bad, and they get him drunk, and then he becomes a leader of the
fraternity. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, boy, but something like that would not fly today. You're right. I'm glad we woke up and this nation stopped giving dogs beer.
Yeah. Ronald Reagan, great American.
Instead of the dean, maybe they're going up against the who runs the Coast Guard?
Whoever Obama
Admiral?
put in charge of it, I don't know.
Not today, back in the 80s.
Oh, in the 80s? Hell, I don't know.
That would be the harbor master?
Somebody good. Harbor master, something like that.
Spuds McKenzie versus a harbor master, and on the video box you put up a lot of girls in bikinis, and maybe one dude for the ladies and the gay guys with like a big bulge in his britches.
I don't want to hear any of that.
And the girls
Enough of that.
Do you remember that, like, them 80s, it'd be like in a Motley Crue video. It's not a bikini. It's like just one strip, and it goes down here. Maybe there's like a metal thing in the stomach, and then it kind of comes to a point, like, just barely covers anything.
Hey, I'm not going to sit there and listen to that.
Like, if I were Nikki Sixx in 1987, my girlfriend would wear that all the time.
Oh.
Nothing else. And her friend would wear that, and she's also my girlfriend. And they wear matching ones.
Christmas time.
Christmas time, everybody. Ho, 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 a Merry Christmas. We hope you got your presents bought. We hope you have your snacks for Santa, your menu planned out. We hope that...
he like milk cookies, what he likes. Santa Claus come down and get milk cookies.
Yeah, if you want shitty presents.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Nowadays, everybody knows you've got to spend some time prepping for Santa's visit.
Oh,
and
hell.
Parents, it's sort of like that elf on a shelf became a big thing, but now parents are trying to outdo themselves with the menu for Santa's snacks. Some people are doing several courses.
People just ought to celebrate Christmas like it's supposed to be celebrated and let it be the same as it all. It's again going back to war. Some people say, "Oh, there ain't no war on Christmas. There ain't this, there ain't that." If you telling me if you got to sit there with your child and check things down a menu, somebody's doing something to Christmas. I don't know who's doing it or why they're doing it, but it may not be a war yet, but it's coming.
Jackie, I don't know if you know this, but things don't stay the same. You grew up in a time where dogs drank beer with abandon.
They did not abandon. They knew the limit then. Along comes bad influence on them. Then all dogs people give dogs too much. That's all.
All I'm saying is you want things to be like they used to be when everybody was ignorant and stupid. And guess what? The world moves on, old man. The world moves on.
Well, it can move on. I'm going to stay right where I'm at. I'm okay with how I celebrate Christmas, and that's all I need to do.
Well, how do you celebrate Christmas?
Just come over and sell Miss Rose some Avon. That's pretty much it. But she,
Do you put that Avon on her?
No, she puts it on her. I don't know how to put no makeup on her.
So she sells her the Avon and she puts it on her?
Well, yeah. She sits there and talks to her the whole time, too. She ain't got, that's the only customer she's got. She'll do it all. We're the only person still buying the Avon from you at the door. But that's my Christmas, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather do that than get a menu for Santa Claus or anything else. I'm fine just the way it's been.
What are you going to get me this year?
I ain't getting you nothing.
I got your
How
present.
about all the free beer you drink up in the store all week long? How about that? That's your Christmas all year long.
You a Grinch. Jackie's a Grinch.
How am I a Grinch? Grinch would have kicked you out of the store by now had the police come get you for shoplifting the first time he catch you doing it. I ain't done that, have I?
Police, and Grinch can't call police because police be like, well, we heard what you did to that dog. Grinch, as bad as on a dog as somebody giving it beer.
Well, that dog should have.
Needed a drink.
After what old Grinch did to him, yeah.
Christmas time.
Yeah. Well, enjoy it while it's still here, I'm telling you. Everybody enjoy it. If you like putting stockings up and decorating the tree and singing carols and that sort of things, you enjoy it all you can, because I don't know if it's going to be around here much longer.
You can enjoy it on your own, or you can enjoy it by patronizing our sponsors this week. Our Christmas sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like we've been having a lot of Christmas sponsors.
Well, this time of year is when
everybody.
When
Christmas Cottage last week.
That don't.
Hungry Neighbors is sort of Christmassy.
Well, Charity, yeah.
Charity is definitely Christmassy.
Yeah. Well, I got $25, and it's not. It's more or less an apology. It wanted me to make an apology again on behalf of Christmas Cave, and I said, "You go on, keep that $25. I'm happy to say that." No, well, they ended up giving it to me anyway.
Oh, good.
So I still got it. But either way, I said you didn't have to do that. You've been through enough. Bless your hearts, they were hoping, as many of you know, Christmas Cave is exciting. I'd call it an event, I guess, but it's kind of it may be a theme park nobody really knows. But every time
You
Christmas,
can't talk about it. You go down. You have to sign some paperwork
Yeah.
after you go down there. You can't say what just happened to
we
you.
think they feed you, and there may be some rides in there. That's
Right.
all
There may
we
be
know.
a video with Vince Gill and Amy Grant. We don't know.
And they come
There's
out.
definitely some pack mules.
Well, yeah, they're on the outside too. They lower them down in the rope, but on the T-shirt it always says, Santa Claus. Button your lip, that.
Shh.
Yeah, he's in a cave. So it's secret, but evidently whatever it is down there, and I'd go too. I'm just too old to get down to shimmy down there. I can't do that.
It's
down
hard
on the
to
rope
get down
anymore.
there. You gotta be reasonably fit.
Well, if they're lowering a mule down, they can lower somebody else down. But anyway,
Well, they if you're hurt, they do say this. Like, if you're hurt or something has happened to you, don't let that stand in your way. Come down. We will get you down there.
yeah.
I don't know if they comply with all the federal laws just yet, but they're working on things. They definitely have widened some of the holes you got to go through because people are getting bigger.
What I'm trying to say is they're working on it. We thought it was going to be open this year. It's been closed for years and years, probably since the early 90s, sometime
At
around
least
there.
2010.
They closed it up. And people used to come out of state, and of course everybody come
everywhere in the
from all the
Southeast.
places.
Well, remember. What, did you hear that?
What was it?
I don't know. It sounded like either a spring broke or my phone went off.
I don't know what your phone makes all sorts of noises. I ain't supposed to know what kind it is.
Where's my phone? Here it is, folks. I found it. Now, again, if you are not watching this on YouTube, that's fine. I don't want to steer people to YouTube. We're just letting you know that's out there. You could have seen me realize I didn't know where my phone was and find out that I was sitting on it, pull it out from between my legs, and hold it up in the air.
All right, nobody cares what you do with your phone. Everybody's got one of them now.
That's the kind of stuff you can be watching on YouTube.
Everybody's got one of them little things. At one time, you'd be the first one in town to have one. Of course, you never were. You'd be last. Everybody's showing off the phone. Everybody's got one. It ain't nothing to talk about. Nobody cares. I don't care no how if it's a popular thing to have or not. I wouldn't have one of those things on me going off all the time.
So Christmas Cave been closed since the 90s or 2010. T-shirts with Santa Claus in a cave going shh. There was
People
an
loved
incident
it down there.
There
was an incident. That's all you want to talk about, but that's why it had to close. There was some.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were
trip.
saying the Southeast because people, and I think that day there was some people, of the day of the incident, there was a bunch of people come up from Florida who'd seen that. Because they used to see Rock City. You know, see Rock City? They used to paint it on barns.
Yeah.
Like, come to Christmas Cave.
Yeah.
Like, wait till December because they weren't open year
Yeah.
round. And then say, come see Christmas Cave.
You drive down the road, first barn, and say, "What are you doing this Christmas?" And you keep on driving. Going to see the family? Question mark. None of the above. Whatever. Christmas Cave. See you in December.
Mm-hmm. You one big tornado wipe out their whole advertising campaign.
Yeah. But it used to be all up and down. What was it? I-65.
Yeah, 24.
24, I think.
Yeah, going down, yeah.
But everybody loved Christmas Cave. They had to shut down. There was an incident, like he's saying. 3 youngins got lost down in there. They looked for them every which way, couldn't find them.
They were on a church holiness, the Third Pentecostal
Field trip, some church
of
yeah.
Jesus Vision on the Cross.
Can't remember. Long name.
Long name.
Real long name.
They had to abbreviate it in the paper.
All in
so
the
long.
newspaper stores, all about it.
Band on Stage Church, I think out of McMinnville. Little McMinnville. It was out of Little McMinnville.
I can't remember all the names of it years ago, but anyhow,
3 kids.
3 of them went missing. Then years later, at least a couple. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
It was a while.
This was 2010.
Sometime around there, they found 2 of them, and they both crazy. Put them in a home like a wolf, children or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were blind because they was down in the cave for so long.
Blind and feral holiness children, and then one of them, I guess, is okay because she's going to medical school.
She's doing good. I'm happy for her.
We didn't know that. Jackie said they both, nothing ever going to come out of them. He doesn't believe in second chances, and one of them going to be a doctor one day, may save his life.
Oh, well. Good. Like I said, good for her. I'm glad.
Although I don't know if I'd go to her.
Well, if she's blind, and
Well,
doctors
come on.
can put their hand on you different places to check you, whatever. But
They can also be sculptors.
if it's surgery, no, I ain't gonna. No. But aside from all that,
Well, you heard why. Did you hear that in the paper?
huh?
There was that article on her, why she was going to medical school.
Well, that's what I was about to say. She's learning. She's been going to medical school all this time. People question it. It's so that she can learn to get a doctorate degree, some kind of, I don't know what kind, but she wants to study. The other one, she was down in there, still in the home. Just crazy.
So she's going to get a degree and just work on her brother.
Yeah.
That's good.
Were they related?
They all related.
Well, all right. And that, yeah. But the one that's in the home is
It may not be brother, maybe some sort of wolf child bride.
Well, they were down there and went through a traumatic experience together, whatever it is. But she's going to study the other one. But the other one's been in a home since he got out, but it's getting out this weekend. And let me explain what's going on. This is, if you've been reading the paper, I'm sure you've seen this. Now, Christmas Cave got shut down for reasons that some people believe that the other one down there, they never found no bones for it. They couldn't find it down there. Some people still think that there's like a blind wolf child running around down there in Christmas
They've
Cave.
heard screams and yips.
Oh, all right. People get scared over everything. But just to be sure, they hired a Christmas Cave, which due to some of these rumors going around or whatever else is going on, I don't know. I don't work there. I don't. It ain't my job to know what it is. But if they decided they're going to have to put it off, Christmas Cave, they thought it was going to open. They're not going to open. Hopefully going to open next year for next Christmas. So there's something to be excited about. In the meantime, to put to rest some rumors or to take care of something else there, they got some detectives they hired out of, I think, Memphis, some good Memphis detectives.
Some good Memphis detectives?
Detectives up there, some mercenaries.
Wait, where are the mercenaries from?
I don't know. That's overseas, something like that, I think.
Some good Memphis
detectives out of Memphis, yeah.
And some foreign mercenaries?
I don't know foreign. That's a big. I don't.
That
I
is a
don't-
big word.
It's
a loaded word. I don't mean to other these mercenaries.
The people who saw them loading up, loading in, getting into town thought they heard like accents or they were speaking a foreign language.
Like
I don't
Russians?
know what it was. I don't know if it's Russian or not.
Right. It's hard to tell them Eastern European. Let's just say Eastern European.
Well, whatever. I'm sure they're good at their job. Christmas Cave has faith in hiring them. I'm sure they're going to do a good job. So they's about to send down these good Memphis Texans, these mercenaries, and some retired police people, security people from around here. They will go down there and try to either just find the bones and prove that the young'un died down there, as harsh as that sound, but it's either that or they're going to spook him out, get him out of the hole.
They're going to kill him, is what you're saying.
No, I didn't say that at all. But some people said because of the weaponry and stuff that it takes to do these sort of sweeps, I guess what they call it, going down to Chris Craig, just making sure. So they did see weapons. They saw some semi-automatic, weapons. All these things were getting lowered down in there. So people started talking. Now this young'un who went to pre-med, she got the other crazy one out of the home, and they went down there to the mouth of the cave, and they said, before you send all these people with the weapons or whatever, detectives.
How'd she get him out of the home? Did she have some sort of... I didn't think they'd let him... First of all, who signed off on that to let him go to the scene of him being feral?
Well, maybe they are related. I don't know. If she's going to pre-med, she knows some doctors, I'm sure, whatever. They arrange it. He's on a leash and stuff. They got him tied. He can't just get loose and run around. Now, if they're going to send him down there to sniff the other one out, they may do that.
You got to fight fire with fire, like Jurassic World. You got the dinosaurs team up to bring down the other dinosaurs.
Well, if he's down there, she wanted to plead with them to come out and the other one's so they're down there before they let loose these people weapons. And let me let you know, we people are worried about these weapons. Now, the mercenary people I can't speak for, but if you're going to be a good detective in Memphis, you got to have a carry permit. Got to have a gun on you. Got to.
I wouldn't want to be a detective without a gun.
Hell no. You got to have a gun.
I know these days everybody's saying this and that on guns. Take them to church, take them to work, wherever. What do you need to do?
We can save that argument for another time. But if we're talking about good Memphis detectives,
you need a gun.
You got to have one down
detective,
here on your leg.
And not Memphis. Any detective needs a gun.
Well, I can't speak on all detectives.
Why would you want to be a detective if you can't carry a gun?
There may be a detective out there that's like Andy Taylor or something. I didn't see Rockford shoot that much. He did every now and then.
He had it on him.
Well, he had it on just in case.
I'm not saying you need to be
do him a lot of good sometimes. He'd get to beat up all the damn time on there.
If I was him, I'd find another line of work.
Well, couldn't do much else, I reckon.
I guess not cut out for it. But being a detective, you have a lot of different kinds of skills. Seems like he could get some kind of job on a factory or.
Yeah, it'd be good if he's still alive. I could do that movie. I'd go see it. Bless his soul.
Is Rockford working on a factory?
Well, just figuring out what to do with his life.
Like I can't do this.
Yeah, get on.
Sounds sad.
Well, no, because he finds what it is he always wanted to do.
Like Larry Crown.
What? So anyway, Christmas Cave not open this year. Hopefully, they resolve this situation, whatever it might be. People are going to speculate this and that. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it.
Wait, so let me just get this straight.
What?
They hired Christmas Cave, who wanted to open.
Yeah.
And you and Christmas Cave both said there was no feral child down there trying to cut ropes with its fingernails.
No.
Making everybody real scared.
No.
And now they are pretty much admitting that there was, and they're going to kill it with Russians.
Nobody has said anything.
Memphis detectives.
This is a just-in-case situation. I'll tell you this: if that youngin' or grown-up, I guess by now, is still down there,
2010,
them good Memphis detectives going to find out. Now, they're mercenaries, as far as I'm concerned. They're probably just there to back him up.
Just back up for detective backup.
Yeah.
And so. 2 of the 3 missing feral holiness children.
Before they let all them loose down there,
they're venturing down into the caves.
They're gonna see it, and I think they have 24 hours or 48 hours, something like that. I can't remember the time on it, but they got that amount of time before they send the detectives and their mercenaries gonna go down there and they're gonna sweep it.
And what do they hope to do once they get down there? I guess that's when their telepathy and their cave vision will come back, and they're hoping.
That's what, one of them's smart now.
Right, doctor.
Can form sentences. And the other one's still just crazy as hell. So you put them 2 together, if anything's going to get done, they're the ones to do it.
Well, I hope they find their
I hope
relative/friend.
I just hope everything turns out okay. I don't want no one to get hurt. And most importantly, what I want is Christmas Cave to be open next year for this time of year.
Well, let me ask you this. If they go down there and they get him, whoever does it, whether it's the mercenaries or the detectives or the doctor and the feral one, is there a chance the cave could be open by Christmas?
Not this year, no way.
Really? It just seemed like they were up and going. They were doing previews. We talked about it. People were saying they were going. It seems like all they have to do is throw a switch.
People are going to insist. If they do find something down there, they're going to have to, fumigate it, whatever it is. I don't know what they got to do. Something. There's a lot more to it than just finding somebody and jerking them up out of there. There's a lot of stuff they got to do if I find it.
I'm just saying that would be a Christmas miracle.
At this point, with all the rumors as what they are, if they didn't find something, people still be scared to go down there. So
and if they kill him, they'd have to,
Well, if
nobody wants to walk by that on their way to see a Vince Gill video.
If you don't want no one to kill you, don't go run around scaring people.
He's not making these choices. Something's wrong with him. He's been in a cave since when?
Well, I don't know. Way back
2010.
Maybe it's 2010, somewhere around there. But if he's down there, I don't even know if it's real. So
we don't know.
I ain't want to talk about it.
He could be a murderer down there.
Well, I'm going to leave it
Or a monster or a Bigfoot.
No, it ain't none of that.
The Bigfoots, maybe the reason we don't see Bigfoots is they live in caves.
No.
Like when we start looking for them, they know how to get down to all the caves.
Bigfoot's big. You couldn't get the foot down there, let alone the rest of it, getting down there. They couldn't get you down there. That's the reason you could go when you was a kid. You're too damn fat to fit in there.
They told me I had the flu.
Well, if you too fat to get in there at 12, 13 years old, Bigfoot always too big to get in there. So, no, ain't no Bigfoot down in Christmas Cave. See, that's how these rumors get started. People start talking like that, and next thing you know. But I ain't got an opinion on it. I'm going to leave it to the good Memphis detectives. If there's ever a good detective, he's from Memphis, carry permit, I'm going to let them sort it out, and I'm interested to see what happens. But like I said, most importantly, we just want this to put it behind us so Christmas Cave can open up to the public next Christmas, so people come out of town, bring their youngers, everybody come have a great Christmas. Evidently, it's something else down there. I have no idea. I ain't never been down there, but people who go down there, they always want to go back.
I guess so. I was going to say not these two that got out of there, but they're going back.
They're going back for different reasons.
I guess everybody does want to go back. So that's Christmas Cave.
Yeah.
Opening up this Christmas after they get rid of
Not this Christmas. No, they ain't. They not opening this Christmas at all. They're opening up, hopefully. They ain't even guaranteed they're opening up next year. We're hoping that they're going to.
Folks, I don't know if we've mentioned this, but Christmas is coming up. It's Christmas time. Yeah. If you have not been down to the Murfreesboro Square lately, you are missing a winter wonderland.
There's a lot going on down
Christmas
there,
round the square. And when we say there's a lot going on, it's all connected. And when we say it's connected, it's literally connected because we're, of course, talking about Murky Shellback's Square Caravan. Last we talked about them, I think, was Fair Around the Square, where they were doing the Murfreesboro City Fair. They're all connected to his double-decker bus and his boat trailer.
I want everybody to see that new boat.
Just adding more and more to that. Right now, there's no way to get to the square. The square is cut off. And he's still circling the square. But where it begins and where it ends, it's really hard to tell.
It's still something to see, especially now down, at least once go down there.
You need to go see it. So here's the way they've got it set up.
But Christmas time is a little different, I think, isn't it? I hadn't been down there because, hell, I can't. I ain't going to wait.
Oh, you got to go down there, Jackie. It's a winter wonderland.
Man, I seen it on the fair. I don't know if I need to see it at Christmas. But
well, they got lights on it.
Well, I figured they got damn lights on it. They got lights and plastic reindeer and stuff like that, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Well, how does that make it any different than it was before? Just adding that, so well, I guess it's a little
That's
different.
Christmas,
yeah,
and everybody, Murky's dressed as Santa Claus.
Oh.
Murky Shellbacks, folks, I can't give you the whole backstory on this. You're going to have to go back and listen to some older episodes. But let me just tell you that Murky Shellback, he always liked to drive his boat around, never put his boat in the water. Then figured out a way to make some money doing it, just driving it up and down, giving people tours. His wife, Trudy Patricia, who I went to school with, looks good for her age.
All right.
They have a platform that you can, what do you call it, a viewing platform where you can look. That way you don't get too close to his wife or the boat. And you can view the boat from there. He's on the loudspeaker telling you all about his boat. Well, guess what? That boat is done up Christmas style.
Yeah.
If you like trees on boats, you're going to want to see the giant Christmas tree. Wow. They went out, they got the biggest Christmas tree they could find. I believe it's the biggest tree in Tennessee.
Wow.
And they're driving it around the square.
On the boat?
Yep. He is not happy with it because he says, that damn tree is getting shit everywhere on my boat.
I don't need, well, he shouldn't have put it in there then.
That's what he says. If I had known how much trouble putting the biggest damn tree in Tennessee.
I don't want him cuss. I don't want to hear you cuss either.
And that baby crying. He got the baby dressed up like an elf. He said, I dressed that baby up like an elf. I thought that'd shut him up.
Baby always cries.
This is Trudy Patricia's baby.
No, it ain't her baby. It's her sister's baby.
It's her sister's baby. Yeah. Her sister just got a rehab. We thought maybe her sister was going to get the baby back.
It don't look like it.
No, she went off the...
Baby cries all the time. I ain't never seen that baby once not crying, just riding around in a circle, just hearing her crying.
He hates vehicles. There ain't a vehicle he's been on that he ain't cried on.
He ain't lived 2 minutes not in a truck cab or a
double-decker bus
or a boat. Let the child, let the bare feet touch the grass at some point in time.
So he sits up in the front seat of the double-decker bus with Murky Shellback, and that baby does. There's a girl.
I don't know what they.
I mean, used to they started just dressing it up in seasonal costumes, so I can't.
I've seen it dressed both ways.
I can't get any gender clothes.
Know.
But you know what? It's 2015. That baby can be whatever it wants to be.
I don't even want to get into that. All right. Baby wants to cry is all it wants to do. That's all. It don't matter. Boy, baby, girl, baby, it don't make any difference. Both of them cry.
But I will tell you this. Guess who's pregnant?
What?
Trudy Patricia. And
she ain't never had no youngins before.
And guess who the daddy is? Murky Shellback.
Her husband, I
Yes.
hope.
That's what she told me. They were having some problems, and then Trudy Patricia said, he's overly critical. He doesn't like the way I point at things on the boat.
That's what he wants her to do, is point at things. He talks about it, and she goes like this, or Vanna White's what I call it, Vanna White with a boat instead of
And
letters.
we knew back in high school that what she was really good at was pointing at things.
Yes, that's what she said she always wanted to be, I think, isn't it?
So, but she said, I think the problem here is me, and I just need to give up on what I want and putting up any kind of fight. So she's just letting him get his way, and when he yells at her, she's just like, okay, and she says, everybody's happier.
What?
And now she's pregnant. I went to school with her, too, so she ain't young. So she's pregnant. She's wearing her bikini, but you can see her baby belly starting to show. They're going to have another baby sitting up there in the front seat someday. They're going to have her sister's baby and their real baby.
They're going to ruin the other one. Of course, the other baby probably already ruined because Mama drug addict, but still.
No, not lately.
2 babies in the truck cab up there, dressing them up, crying together. I'd keep my baby as far away as I could from that one.
Well, maybe they'll stick it on the other end of the caravan. Maybe
that's a good how many miles?
I don't know. Maybe back by the pot smoking caboose.
Hey, don't put no baby near drugs. Don't ever do that.
But right now they got the pot smoking caboose all done up. That's where they got Mrs. Claus.
Pot smoking caboose? What?
Betsy Beavers is Mrs. Claus, Jackie, and ever since her restaurant went under, since you gave her that
I didn't have nothing
devastating review.
I didn't have anything
and then
to
she
do
put all her money in the bag, cup, or handful of green bean costume.
That was her. I didn't tell her not to do it or to do it. I got nothing to do with that. Don't say it's my fault. I didn't have nothing to do with her business going under. Blame that on Obama like everybody else does.
Now they got her stationed back on the pot smoking caboose where she's giving the folks back the munchie havers.
What?
A ladle full of beans. In her Mrs. Claus outfit.
People hiding drugs that eat anything. Police ain't going to, they're right there by the square. They better not be
How the police going to
smoking anything.
Navigate that? They couldn't even get. Used to, the Golden Monster had a restaurant on there. Oh, Golden Monster, they got cinnamon tapioca now for Christmas.
Oh, I love Golden Monster. I ain't been down there to eat since all this mess been around the square.
Well, on the fair, you can't get to it, so you'd have to go. They had the restaurant, and it was a shower they dripped out of a subdivision that went belly up in the outskirts of Murfreesboro. One of those big showers. You know how big showers are nowadays. You can get 4 people in there, 5 if they're little.
All right. Don't need the people.
And so you'd say, hey, get me some of this from the buffet. And they'd have to hop off the caravan, skitter across to the Golden Monster Buffet restaurant on the square, then hop back on, spilling that soup everywhere. Well, now they added a buffet car.
That's what I like, Golden Monster. Had the best buffets. I'd go down there, and I'd eat. I'd take 2 trips. I'd usually not have to do that. Of course, that Chinese food just go right through you. So I'd have a good meal and hang around for a little bit and go back and have another one. That's how good that is. That's good food. And I miss it.
Well, now you can go down there and get on.
I ain't going to get on that. You can't get to it, let alone to get on it.
And once you get on there, you can work your way back through all the different vehicles that are part of the Christmas Around the Square caravan. You're going to want to try the delicious Golden Monster buffet car. What they did, they got a flatbed trailer, and they set up a buffet table on it. It's hard to restock because now it's just like a cup of soup. They're carrying a big tray of soup, and that soup, what's it called, hot and sour soup or sweet and sour soup?
And got the egg food, whatever.
That shit don't come off you. That is like damn
You don't want
plastique.
to get it on you. No, it's hot. You don't want to get that on you.
That'll eat through your skin. They are losing servers right and left, them trying to hop on the train with a big tub of hot and sour soup. It's not really a train. I don't know what. It's not a parade. It's not a fair. It's just sort of this eternal circle that's cut off us off from the square.
I don't know how anybody gets to work and back if they work up by the square. And a lot of people do. A lot of businesses up around the square, and I don't know how to do it. Good for them.
Problem with the buffet car is when they take those corners, like the hot and sour soup, splash into the egg. It's dangerous.
I won't go inside and sit down.
Well, you can't. They closed the location up.
Music and stuff.
No, you
can't.
They
close it up.
Well, they can't. They just use it for prep now and for first aid.
Well,
because you can't get to it. Same thing with damn old Wesley Press. He's giving Christmas lessons. For Christmas break, for people on holiday break, whatever.
Yeah, all them youngins that need to,
So this is the perfect time if you got a stupid youngin, try to get him a little smarter. Now there's no love lost between me and Wesley Press, but it's not gonna hurt me to tell you where he is.
Smart as a whip is all that matters. He's smart as a whip. If your child ain't doing good, and they need to learn something, if he can't learn it to them, then nobody can. He's smart as could be. He's so smart. I remember years ago we had that the Unabomber's what they call it, and they for whatever reasons I don't know, but they went to investigate him just because he was smart enough to do it, and I think his sister told him to. But other than that, that's how smart he was. The FBI is sitting there talking to him, and that's smart. You got to be smart for them though.
Well, he won't even. Murky Shellback keeps trying to make him wear a Santa Claus outfit. He won't put the beard on.
Well, good for him.
So he's giving tutoring lessons on the second story of the two double-decker bus where the cigarette smoke goes out the window. Downstairs is Dilly Mule Rider, and she's got all them mules and little horses.
See, I'd love to go to that. I like little animals. She got sheep and goats on there, too. Don't she?
And the show cows.
Yeah. And I'd like to see those kind of animals, pet them, all that stuff, but I ain't going to wait. You'd have to park at least 5 miles away. If not, I may be exaggerating just a little bit.
I don't really understand how you board or
it don't
navigate
stop.
this.
It can't, because if one thing stops, everything else gets ruined. You
can't stop now.
No.
He really can't stop. There's no stopping. They're all trapped on there forever. So they're building their own little community. They've got everything they need. They got Golden Monster. Wesley Press is sort of a school. You've got animals. Oh, and then their waste and feed cart is a few.
They have to stop to dump that occasionally. Something I can't.
Well, I think there's just a part of the ride where it's like, okay, now fling it. I don't know how they restock. They got to get more animal food. It's just like, it's hard. I think there may be ways to throw things at the right time. It's all about throwing and timing, but it's hard for people to get on or get off. Murky can't stop because it would just be a huge wreck and lives would be lost. And there's animals involved here.
You bet he'll get sued, too.
The animals and babies. Now, does anybody care if a waiter from the Golden Monster gets banged up a little bit? No, but
I do.
Nobody wants a show cow rolling around the floor with a broke leg. Because they're smart.
I like everybody at Golden Monster. I know I don't know them by name, but they're all good people. It's been years. I miss you if you're listening to this.
Well, not even that. Or like Wesley Press, if he got thrown through a window. Nobody gives a shit.
Watch your mouth.
Dilly Mule Rider breaks another hip. I mean, come on. Who cares? But we want to protect the animals, and there's a baby and a pregnant lady, and soon another baby.
Hell.
Judy Patricia looks good to be pregnant,
right,
too.
enough.
She looks good.
Enough.
So that is Christmas around the square, folks. And that's not even, I'm barely scratching the surface. Oh, I didn't even tell you. So since we had all the hubbub with the Christian vegetables, and the saga of cabbage, famous cabbage now, and carrot going off, and green bean. You know that story.
Double sugar lump.
Double sugar lump. We don't need to tell you all this. You know it.
There's no reason to get into
it's
it.
It's Coley's. You just look back up Christian vegetables on old. But they used to play basketball on top of the double-decker bus. That was the third level on the double-decker bus.
I just and if you from out of town and you somehow driving in, you flipping on the station or computer or wherever, how you ever hear this, and if you're coming here and you didn't get news that Christmas Cave is closed up, and you get there and you get disappointed, and then somebody says, well, this may be closed, but go on down to Christmas Round the Square, get down there. Don't do it, because you'll be stuck down there too before you know it. So just head on back where you come from, and hopefully get back here by next Christmas. We'll have all that sorted out in Christmas Cave. But if somebody, recommends, well, I'm here, what can I do? It's Christmas here. And they'll probably say, go down and see Christmas Round the Square.
They're playing that Christmas music on the...
Hell.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you who replaced the Christian vegetables. It's the Preacher and the Monkey.
Preacher and the Monkey?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Preacher. If you don't know the Christian vegetables, they told you, eat right and quoted scripture at
Scripture,
you in a mean way.
Well, stern, not mean, stern.
Well, Preacher.
Some youngins need to learn the Bible that way.
You know the famous Christian children's show, Preacher and the Monkey, where Preacher gives you a little sermon, and also he tries to keep Monkey out of trouble while he's talking.
I thought they was dead. Is it new people playing the part?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, that Monkey...
Preacher and the Monkey, that was 1950.
Well, yeah, murder-suicide. But now they got there's somebody on that, and they're like, well, nobody's going to remember that. Let's just bring the brand back.
Well, if you dress him up in that, I call it Dr. Doolittle suit, what it looks like. Don't look like a preacher, look like Dr. Doolittle in a monkey, but they talk about scripture. I remember it, it's been years, but that ain't enough to get me to go down there to Christmas Round the Square, just them two,
On top of a bus?
I don't care what they're on top of. If whatever they're on top of is near the square, I ain't have nothing to do with it.
They may learn to play some basketball. They're trying to teach that monkey to dribble.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Folks, people,
This thing don't.
What's the matter?
Just trying to get it right. Yeah. I don't like it right into my face.
Folks, welcome to the second half of the Red State Update podcast.
They're not supposed to be but an hour long, and now they get longer and longer every time, and I ain't got all day to do this.
I think before people didn't like just listening, they get bored, but now they can see my face.
Nobody.
And get that sex appeal.
All right.
Just hitting them right in their eyeballs and
Just
their loins.
Talk about the...
Sorry about your loins, folks.
Enough. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody's loins. Talk about the news and get it over with so I can turn this thing off. Ready
folks,
to go.
Welcome to the second half of the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. This is Jackie Broles, my sidekick host. I'm the main host.
Bunch of bull. I talk this much of you.
Number one host, Dunlap. It's episode 162. It's a week or two after our third anniversary.
Christmas time, too.
It's Christmas time. There's a lot going on. We just did sponsors for an hour, and now we are going to talk about... Should I set an alarm?
I don't know. Is it going to make a difference if you said it or not?
Oh, but here's what I wrote down for us to talk about, folks, and you tell us if you like any of this stuff. Just shout it out in your car. Carson leaving the Republican Party. I wrote that down.
Oh, yeah.
Cruz, Iowa. Ted Cruz, number 1 in Iowa and in our hearts. And Trump Muslims.
Yeah.
And we all know what that means.
That's ugly right there is what that is. But
so we can just talk about the general state. Oh, Rand Paul, Jackie, I don't know if you heard this. Okay, calm down.
Why?
They were saying that Rand Paul, for the CNN Republican debate that's coming up this Tuesday, the 15th.
Yeah, said it wasn't going to be in it.
They said he may not be in it. Are you okay?
I don't care one way or the other way he's in it. That's one less mouth to hear.
But now guess what, Jackie?
Why?
CNN said he is going to be in it.
Well, look at there. That's all he's getting.
That's basically winning the election for him.
He can go home, hang it up now.
Oh, they're going to let you be in. Well, good. Like, I did it. I mean, like, what's he going to say? All he does is every once in a while go like, I don't know why we have to go over to all the wars. Let's just stay here.
He better, if he don't.
We can be mean to our own people here in this country. We don't have to be mean in every foreign war that starts up.
I guess he don't.
I started off strong.
Don't know what ISIS is. I reckon that's it. The only one willing to do everything that needs to get done, and I never thought I'd ever say this, is Lindsey Graham. When did Lindsey Graham start making sense? He never made a lick of sense until he ran for president, and now nobody pays attention to him. When he wasn't running for nothing, he just said all sorts of awful stuff.
He's always on the news.
Every damn channel.
I didn't know who he was.
I got to listen to him again. But then he starts running for president and actually makes some damn sense, and nobody can't get him. Nobody wants him on there.
Seems like they'd want him on the main stage because he's talking about being mean to Muslims in a way that people in this country can understand.
He ain't doing what Trump doing. He even
it's
said
a
that was
different
bad.
thing. He's saying, listen, let them into this country. Here's what Lindsey Graham says. Let's go over there, bomb the shit out of where they live.
Yeah.
Whoever's left, if they want to come over here, that's fine.
They're welcome to. Yeah.
That is a traditional Republican stance.
Well, everybody else wishy-washy around it saying, well, we might have to do that, we might have to do this, because nobody wants to say we're going to war. So whether you agree with that, and I ain't saying we need to up and get over there and people start fighting. I don't know. It seems to me something needs to be done, but other than that, I don't know what. But the rest of them being wishy-washy about it, at least Lindsey Graham saying, oh, hell yeah, we're going over there, and then we're going to go here right after that.
Are you doing a Lindsey Graham impression?
No, I ain't doing no impression.
I thought you said we're going over there. We're going over here.
Well, he don't talk like that.
No, but that's a good, I'd still know.
Like James Carville right there.
I'm going over there.
Going over here. That's James Carville.
Well, how does Lindsey Graham do it?
I don't know. He's Southern, but I don't know. Kind of slow. Takes him a while sometimes to get stuff out, and then other stuff it don't. It seems to me like every time he has to remind us that his parents ran a racist bar, he talks real slow. And then when he talks about wanting to go to war, he gets excited, gets talking fast. Not real fast, as fast as Lindsey Graham can do.
Muslim stuff aside, I would love to sit in his drawing room and have him fix me a drink, because I bet he has ornately decorated glasses. He has different glasses for different drinks. There's probably some sort of butler or manservant there who helps him prepare the drink tray. And probably somebody brings out some hors d'oeuvres. And when he probably makes the drinks himself, and he knows exactly how to do it. And it's a big production. And it's probably the best goddamn thing you ever put in your mouth.
Watch your mouth.
And it's in these fancy little drinks, and everybody has a great time at the party, and then we all go home talking about Lindsey's house.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
No.
And, of course, all he talks about is bombing the Middle East.
That's it. I mean, needing to get something done is one thing, but, I mean, he really, really wants to, not just that, but other stuff. He just wants to bomb everybody. But at least he's being honest. That's what I'm trying to say. And the other stuff, hell, he makes sense half the time when he's talking about the rest of them. But I never thought in a million years, Lindsey Graham, well, you know drinking. You talk about having a drink with him. He got to have 2 or 3 drinks before he gets up. He ain't even allowed no debates anymore, isn't he?
Is he going to be in are they having a little debate anymore?
I
Is that
ain't heard
over?
nothing. I guess when it's Bobby Gentle gone, it kind of takes the fun out of it. But
They must be having a little debate because that's where they were going to put Rand Paul. They were going to put him on the little debate.
So who's still in the little one now? What is that? Just
Were they going to put him in the little debate, or were they just going to let him debate?
hell, I'd probably just not let him debate. Why are they even having? Why are we having so many damn big Republican debates at this point? That don't make any sense anymore. You know what they're all going to say. This time they're going to be real mad at Trump because it's what he said about Muslims, which it should be. But other than that,
I think here's where you need to cut everybody off after Jeb Bush. Just cap it at Jeb. So you have like 5 people.
If anyone's lower than Jeb Bush, they ain't
You
got
don't
no right
deserve
to be
on
up on the stage. Don't
So
care.
it'd be even this one, half of them deserve to be on the little debate. So it would be Trump and Carson, who don't. Let's be honest.
They say the same things in different crazy ways.
It's like Carson is the 2 people. You're walking down the street 2 a.m. drunk. You know how it is. 2 crazy people standing on the side of the drink. One loud, bloviating, kill them all, get them all out of here. Other one quiet, nice, smiling. Hi, how you doing? So you're going to walk closer to the smiling, quiet one. But he might be the one that gets you killed. You're scared of the loud one.
Or he might be the one to save your life if you need brain surgery.
Yeah, if I'm a conjoined twin, I am not.
Well, I'm just saying to you, people like to run him down, and the Republican Party are running him down too. They're trying to lump him in there with Trump. Now, Ben Carson says some stuff because now he ain't ever run for nothing before.
They're just lumping them together because neither one of them's held office, and they're both insane.
Well, he can't be too crazy in order to cut somebody's head and get up brains out and put them back in. You can't be too crazy unless you Dr. Frankenstein or something.
Well, do we know what he was? I mean, we know he did the good ones.
He did the good ones.
Did he do any weird experimental ones? Trying to figure out. Look, nobody likes to say this, but for doctors to know how to fix you, they have to go in and play around in some gruesome ways.
Okay, all right. They don't need to get in on it. Everybody picking on him lately. They're mad at Trump because what he said, and like I said, they should be. It's shameful what he said. There's plenty of Americans who you're supposed to be able to worship whatever way you want to.
Even if it doesn't make any sense or is ultimately harmful to us.
Well,
may plant the seeds for our eventual destruction.
Well,
it's still American.
Keep an eye on things, but let it go on.
Let it go. Let it roll. Let it flow. Let it
all right,
go with the flow.
Ben Carson first said that's a good idea, and then he realized, like some people do, you just think about it for a few minutes, go, wait, maybe not everybody, but anyhow, so now they're throwing him on the fire with Trump, and he's had enough of it. Dr. Ben Carson, a good doctor's had about enough of Republicans running down. He's already got plenty of liberals to do that, and he don't need Republicans doing it too. And what did Reagan say? Never talk bad about your fellow Republican. Of course, he didn't know Donald Trump, did he?
And dogs don't drink anymore. I think he did know Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But he didn't know. If Reagan had thought Donald Trump was going to run for president, Ronald Reagan probably would have disbanded the United States of America.
I don't know if he'd have done that.
He probably would have, get me the nuclear codes. I'm going to put an end to this right now.
All right. Don't talk like that. He never did that. He was strong, but nice.
He might have had Trump murdered.
No, he wouldn't have had him murdered. He might have sent somebody over there and talk some sense into him. Like, if you ever run for president, this is what you're going to get more of this. Now, I wouldn't put that past him. But anyway, talk about roughing up. Republican Party right now is roughing up on Dr. Ben Carson. We already know Trump's going to go any which way he's going to go.
Every which way but lose.
He's going to...
Any which way you can.
When they figure out a way to tell Trump he can't be Republican, run on a Republican ticket, he's going to run independent. I'm telling you right now.
Can he run as a Democrat?
He probably run whatever the hell he wants to. He can make something up and run it. It don't matter. He'd be the same. It don't matter even if he is a Democrat.
If he runs independent, he's going to call it the Trump Party, right?
Well, I would probably think so. What else is he going to call it?
Yeah, there's no other thing.
Muslim-hating party?
No.
That gets confused because some Republicans are branded with that as well.
That's a little on the nose even for Trump.
That's yeah. So Trump party is happening, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to get old good Dr. Ben Carson run right along with him. Now, listen to this, Republicans. If Trump is number one and Ben Carson is number two, and they leave, all you got left is number three, and we know who that is, don't we?
Ted Cruz, who's actually number one in Iowa.
That's all that needs to be said. So I don't know. I don't know what the Republicans are going to do. I don't know. Everybody's saying that. Some people are starting to get scared, worried, all this. The world's already screwed up. I don't even know if any of these dumbasses, excuse my language,
what?
Fix
What's
it.
your language?
I don't know if any. I don't see any of them fixing it. I see some of them either making it stay the same, like Rubio, or making it worse, like Trump. Other than that, we got to sit this one out. And I don't want to sit through Hillary. Lord knows I don't. But can she make it any worse than Obama's made it? Can't she really make it worse?
Well, she does have more experience than Obama.
Well, that's true.
Trump and Carson. But you're right. Number 1 and 2, except in Iowa, which is its own thing. If they leave, that's what? Are they polling at like 50% together? No, but Carson's on the way down. Cruz is on the way up.
Yeah.
So Carson but they're probably polling 30-40%, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So those two, of course, they've got to be in the debate. Ted Cruz.
That's for entertainment purposes, too,
right.
Outside of the polling. I mean, nobody's going to watch a debate unless them two was in it.
It's still show business.
Rubio should be thankful that Trump's up on. He bitching about Trump all the time. Excuse my language.
That's
but he
true.
should be thankful because I guarantee you, not one person would hear any word Rubio had to say unless they had to listen to Trump first. Because nobody going to listen to him.
It's like an opening act in reverse. I mean, like, I want to go see Motley Crue on their final tour. Who's opening up for them?
What?
Somebody nobody cares about. Actually, there may be somebody good. Who's opening for Motley Crue on their final tour?
Let me think. Here's what I found on the web for how was it found Holmes outman for Motley Crue on the final tour.
What?
Yeah, she doesn't have that information readily accessible.
That phone don't have any kind of information I'm interested in. I ain't ever heard you ask you one thing I care about.
Can you imagine people tuning in to a debate headlined by Ted Cruz?
If you had a debate with Jeb Bush, Ted Cruz, Rubio, who the hell else?
Well, I think that's it. It's maybe Kasich.
Maybe Kasich.
He's below Bush, right?
Nobody gonna watch that.
Bush and Rubio talking. They should. I mean, look, Trump is awful. Awful. We don't understand why so many Southerners like this Yankee. We don't understand. He doesn't seem to make any sense. Everything he seems to be cruel and awful. Not funny.
They mad. The reason I like Trump is because they mad at the other ones we just talked about.
So, but if you. But yeah,
don't excuse it. I'm just saying.
And then you got Dr. Ben Carson, who is just all that, but just slower. If you had if they weren't there, people would care. You would cut the interest in the Republican Party right now by 75%.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Jeb Bush. Nobody cares about Marco Rubio.
No.
Nobody cares about Ted Cruz.
Well, if they do care about him, it's not a good way. I mean, nobody likes him. It's if they don't care for him. You right?
He looks like a cartoon mucus, like in a Mucinex commercial.
I say it right now. If it's between Cruz and Trump, I vote for Trump. And he crazy as hell, racist, awful person. But he ain't nearly bad as Cruz.
I can look at Donald Trump for a second.
Well, yeah. I mean, at least it's like trying to figure it out. Like, what the hell is that? But Cruz just make your stomach hurt inside sometimes. Get the hair on the back of your neck stand up. We'll have to look at him for too long.
Ted Cruz is like a boneless hunk of chicken that's crawling across your floor.
All right.
And it's coated in aftershave and hair.
Hey,
It's going, no one will pay attention to me. I'm number one in Iowa.
Aye.
He's like a John Lovitz character.
Who?
And Pat. Like a cross between Pat and John Lovitz. Look. Maybe it is better down on the bottom in the little debate. You got Chris Christie, you got Rand Paul.
That was the only place any sense is getting talked into.
You got damn Lindsey Graham.
Because the other debate, Lindsey Graham, like him or not, was at least talking about things that should or shouldn't get done. He's talking about policy. Where in the other debate, you got Trump and Carson and everybody else go, why have I got to be up here with him? What the hell is wrong? And they just whining like little children because they have to be up there with the crazy man.
Dr. Ben Carson loves the crazy man so much, he may lead the Republican Party.
Well,
in the crazy man's defense.
There's no reason to be mean to Dr. Ben Carson. He done a lot of good for people. You don't have to like his policies or lack thereof or whatever you want to say. You could still treat the man with respect. And the GOP ain't treating him good, and he may go on. And they'll regret it because ain't nobody. If Trump and Carson decide to have their own debates with just one another,
that'd be good.
Because Trump got the money, he'll do it. Like for the rest of the Republican debates, he buys up television time, opposite channel of them two. Ain't nobody gonna watch the other ones. Ain't nobody gonna watch them. And all they would do, if you did watch it, would go, well, they're on the other channel right now, and you should be, I've got real ID. Hell with you, acting like a 13-year-old boy and won't be president. Shameful.
Marco Rubio is kind of like a third. He's it's like if Robin were trying to act like Batman, but Batman's still around. Like the only reason people think Marco Rubio in a normal year, Marco Rubio would still be Robin because there'd be plenty of Batmans. But this year, like Batman has been shot in the fucking face or something.
Watch your mouth.
Because people are taking Robin seriously. Like, well, I guess Robin's who we need to protect Gotham City. Like, he's still Robin. He ain't going to do that good of a job.
I wouldn't trust Robin with nothing. That's just from old TV shows,
And this is a Robin who doesn't like his job. Like, at least the actual Robin likes being Batman's partner.
Rubio. No, Rubio hates it.
No, he doesn't go to work. He's a Robin who'd rather sit at home in the Batcave. Watching TV or whatever, drinking water, whatever he does.
Let Gotham go to hell, and he don't give a damn.
So, yeah. So, got a debate coming up. I guess we'll do a video on that. So, tune in to our YouTube channel for hot takes.
That don't go on. It all goes on the computer. Someplace goes someplace.
Everything goes on the computer.
Well,
now.
I can't figure out which. I don't know where to tell people to look for nothing anymore. I know the names of it, but I wouldn't be able to tell you how to get there. So I don't know.
I think we need to figure out how to use Snapchat. I was looking at that. I can't get that in my head. We need that. We need a media team.
We also need a real human being to run for the represent the Republican Party and run for president. If you know if he's out there, let me know.
Yep, and that's the kind of insightful commentary we'd like to post on Snapchat if we knew how to do that.
What is it?
Snapchat.
I don't know. If it's on the computer, you call it whatever you want. It ain't gonna make any damn difference to me.
I think nowadays you gotta have. Of course, we got our YouTube, but you gotta have your Twitter.
Had that for damn 10 years.
You gotta have your Facebook. You got to have your Instagram, and you got to have your Snapchats.
That's Chachi's.
And your Chachi's.
Yeah.
So, folks, thanks for sticking with us for an extra 23 minutes so that we could run down all the Republicans. It's not our fault.
I won't apologize for some of my language. I get mad when I think about my Republican Party, what's happening to it. If somebody don't stand up for it, I don't know who is.
I guess Jackie likes Lindsey Graham.
Well, I don't necessarily like everything he wants to do, but at least he's talking about things we could do. I don't think
Shit,
any of the
maybe-
rest of them are.
Maybe he needs to be. We keep thinking about talking to people
Well,
on here.
we
We don't
asked
know if
every-
that's a good idea.
That was the only one that got back in touch with.
We asked all. We sent. Listen, this is how hard we work for y'all. We sent one email to every political campaign asking if they wanted to talk to us. The only campaign that got back to us was Dr. Lindsey Graham.
And he's a doctor?
I don't know.
Dr. Ben Carson.
Dr. Ben Carson, but Dr. Lindsey Graham sounds right, too.
Well, I guess. But anyway, but all they said is like, oh, thanks for writing this. We'll get back to you. Of course, we ain't heard nothing. Of course, pretty soon, he ain't going to have any place else to talk, so he may be knocking on the door.
I'd like to, because he makes the drinks himself, and he probably puts just like a little food coloring. It's probably some big production.
I don't.
How though? Let me say this. All he says is we got to fight them over there, or we're gonna have to fight them here. And all this anti-Muslim stuff that's been going on, how has that not helped him? Because he came out and said we shouldn't be.
He was the first one that said we need to go to war. Everybody else dancing around it. He's the first one.
But he said it. See, nobody wants to go to war. People just want to be able to be mean to Muslims. So Lindsey Graham says, no, we're not going to be mean to Muslims. We're just going to blow up their homelands. That's not enough.
Yeah.
What people want is, no, they can't come in. Get rid of the ones that are here. Like, that's not Lindsey Graham. He's talking in an old way where we send planes and drop bombs. That's what we used to do.
Yeah.
That's so last decade.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we don't fight them. Nowadays, it's not we have to fight them over there so we don't fight them here. It's like, I want to fight them over there, and if I see one in the parking lot, I'm going to fight them there too.
Yeah.
I'll go to where they're having church and yell things at them when they're coming out.
Yeah.
Can you hear that drumming when I drum my fingers on it?
Yeah, anything you do on this table loud. Yeah.
This table is kind of loud. Can you hear this?
I don't want to hear you sipping on stuff. Don't make mouth noises on here. I don't want to hear it. I'm sitting
So
right
you can
beside
hear? Can you hear me writing?
Got these headphones on. What?
Here's me writing.
Yeah, I hear.
Can you hear me clicking this mouse?
What is it? Click it.
I probably shouldn't click on this running computer program that's recording us. Folks, thanks for listening to us. We hope you had a great week. It's our 3rd anniversary, a little past it. And
Sorry I had to talk about so much awful stuff. It's just the way of the world. Try to enjoy Christmas. Do your best. I'm sorry Christmas Cave is shut down. Don't, unless you won't be stuck in traffic or waiting through people for at least 6 to 7 hours, don't go Christmas round the square. He told you everything you're going to see. If you think it's worth it, then go down there. If that sounds like fun to you, do it.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Hey.
We forgot to do this again. But we have a Christmas album. It's currently up on CD Baby.
You said to say that at the beginning.
At the beginning, but we forget every week.
We just made a little video, or helped make
We
a
made
video.
a new music video for Christmas Sandwich Medley, our new Christmas song.
It's for 2015, our Christmas song this year. I think there's another new one on the thing, but I don't know if we're going to make a video for that one.
Probably not.
But we got this one that went up last night. That's on YouTube.
YouTube's. You want to get on YouTube's and look for Christmas Sandwich Medley by
Yeah.
Red State Update. That is up there for your listening.
If you like the sound of that, go see the rest of it over wherever.
Right
we
now
were
it's
trying
on-
to get it out. Now, I'll tell about this real quick. Because you send it to, what is it?
CD Baby.
That's where it goes, and then they send it out to churches and iTunes and everywhere else, right?
So right now, as far as we know, it is not up on iTunes. It is not. And I don't know when you're listening to this, but hopefully by the time you listen to this, it may be. Tell you what, go check right now. Go look on iTunes. Go look on your Spotify. And go see if our new Christmas album, Merry Twistmas Part 2, the artist may actually be Red State Update and their little friends.
So you put that on there, Red State Update, and the little friends, because they're little animals and things for children.
That was just
for
on the
Christmas.
album art, but
they
CD Baby told us.
You had to they changed the name, basically. So from now on, I don't think you're allowed to call us Red State Update.
I think from now on, we should just change our name on everything to Red State Update and their little friends.
Yeah.
So, folks, that album is up somewhere. Go look for it. Merry Twistmas Part 2 by Red State Update and their little friends. This is Jackie Broles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You wave. Now you
can
can
wave.
sign off.
I'm Dunlap. I don't know where our little friends are.
Yes,
I guess that's y'all.
Just be quiet and wave for a little bit so that no talking.
But the podcast people can't can't.
And they sit here and know it in their heads that we're waving. Just
Okay,
quiet.
little
Everybody
friends, we're waving.